With the international community coming into this, the talk has been presented at the parliament in the United Kingdom. BUHARI has been reported to the United Nations Secretary, and also Donald Trump also spoke to BUHARI one-on-one and said, look, man, why are you killing Christians? And he couldn't answer. He went around the rhetorics of how herdsmen carry sticks and how they come here and there and farmers here and there. All of a sudden, there is bloodshed. He acts as if it is not about Christians, it's about herdsmen who should have a ranch where they belong to, coming into other people's farmland, eating up their crops, raping their wives, and all of that. He acted as if it's natural. Now, the federal government has denied persecuting Christians, and they claim that they are earmarking a certain amount of billions of naira for community policing. This community policing came at the hilt of the creation of Amotekun in the southwest of Nigeria. They thought that with the stories of billions that they are going to put into community policing is going to stop the Southwesterners from having their security outfit. They said, look, you can have your security outfit, but that doesn't stop our own local security outfit. BUHARI and his government have dismissed the allegations from the West, coming from Europe, America, and many of this country, that it was persecuting Christians in Nigeria. This came as it urged the Commonwealth Action Group to assist the country to proffer lasting solution to elders, farmer clashes, and terrorism besetting the nation. United Kingdom lawmakers, legal experts, and campaigners had expressed concerns over the killings of Christians by bandits and the federal government's seeming laid-back attitude to the development. Some of you call them herdsmen. I call them foot soldiers. They are terrorists, hiding behind cows to perpetrate their crimes. They go into farmlands, eat up the crops, feed their animals with it. They have weapons. They shoot at people who try to stop them. They rape women. They get themselves involved in kidnapping too. They just mention nefarious, terrible activities. They engage themselves in all of this. The presidency said yesterday that it will welcome inputs that will halt any threat to peaceful coexistence of Nigerian citizens. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garuba Shehu, said the President and the government of Nigeria welcome the seriousness of the letter from the UK lawmakers, legal experts, and campaigners. They said, we ask our British colleagues to visit Nigeria, whether formally or informally, to discuss all the points raised in their letter. According to him, 13 billion naira has been earmarked for community policing. Several Boko Haram Islamic states in West Africa province, ISWAP, terrorists and other bandits have been killed in military operations in the north. The Coordinator of Defense Media Operations, DMO, Major General John Enenche, who disclosed this to journalists yesterday in Abuja, added that the troops also arrested several bandits and rescued 20 people, including women and children kidnapped in the regions. According to them, they have done a lot and they are working. He pointed out that unless the presidency directs the immediate rearrest and return to custody of the politicians and their collaborators for proper investigations and prosecution, it risks a serious dent on its integrity. Now, when you look at this, the letter that the lawmakers in the United Kingdom wrote to BUHARI, highlighting the terrible wickedness that is going on in Nigeria and the attitude of BUHARI to it. When you go through this letter, you realize that they are actually saying exactly what is happening in Nigeria. They have embassies here. They don't have to come in formally or informally. They are already represented here as a nation via their embassy. So they can see, they know. This is not just what is put out there on the internet. People can actually see, or is death now like a wind that you don't know what direction it's coming from or where it's going to? This is clear. Look at what happened in Southern Kaduna recently. They beheaded people. And if you look back at it and you look a little bit deeper into it, you realize that this is simply ethnic cleansing. Aside people coming up with, oh, it is because some people took a cow How can you say a cow was stolen, or they seized or arrested a cow, or they claim that they stole a cow, and with that you go into a village or a town and you behead 20 people in their homes, both young children and old women, and people that cannot run fast enough? How is that possible anyway? How can you justify such demonic action? How can you justify this? And ever since this has been happening, I have not heard. If you have, please do drop it in the comment section, where the federal government of Nigeria has decided to make an example of any Fulani herdsmen or terrorists or bandits by actually arresting them and making sure that they are prosecuted. Look at the noise in the north of Nigeria about the young man that they claim insulted their Mohammed, a human being. And they said because he insulted him, he has to die. Look at the frenzy behind it. Such frenzy have not been put to this. Or is it not written in Quran too for them as Muslims that you cannot go and kill people just that way? Why are they not saying these ones who have committed crimes against their law, against Sharia, and they go after this person too and say, no, you cannot kill people this way? But when it comes to certain very archaic religious sentiments, they go around shouting and screaming. This is sad. So this Fulani, or whatever it is they go into the middle belt, they go into the south of Nigeria, they infiltrate, they try to perpetrate some kind of terrible crimes there. And the federal government is not saying anything. So if the British Parliament did not write a letter and probably coming up with sanctions, or they are afraid that they might try to take over their country, they will not respond. They will do nothing. This is one of the most terrible governments that Nigeria has ever experienced. I'm not talking about corruption now. I'm talking about security-wise. This is one of the most terrible. Buhari it doesn't care about nothing when it comes to security and all of that. To him, he believes that all of these are just rules. They are just lies made up to discredit his own tribe in Nigeria. These Fulani men just go around with sticks. They do not go around with AK-47. These are just stories that are just brought on the internet, on Facebook, to paint a kind of picture. Yes, I understand that this happened. They caught some people in Israel who were paid by certain people in Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, making use of these people to kind of control the minds of people using social media by bringing pictures that do not have anything to do with that country, but kind of packaging it and giving it a title and presenting it every time as a propaganda against the government, to appear as if the country is just lawless, the country has no security. I understand all of these things, but there is reality on ground. That reality is felt in villages. I understand all of these things too, that people can manipulate. But Buhari seems to embrace the side of the propaganda and the manipulation. And the reality, he decides to close his eyes to it. And he claimed that none of these things exist, that technology, because he was told that technology can be used to create certain narratives that are not true. Yes, that is true, but that is the only thing he held on to. Why is it that Buhari himself did not fly down to Kaduna and see for himself if truly 20 people were beheaded? Why is it that he cannot fly down to many of the southern states to see for himself if any of these things happen or not, before it comes up to start repeating Hausa Fulani carrying sticks? So guys, this is a very sad one. They have denied that they are persecuting Christians, and they claim that they are coming up with another 13 billion naira, probably from some loan somewhere, that will be put into community policing.